Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and if you're wondering why they're allowing the port workers to go on strike, well, I have your answer, and it involves Kamala Harris, in my opinion. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, please visit that link in the lower right hand corner. It's youtube.com, or that address I should say. It's youtube.com/@ExplainAmerica. And when you get there, hit subscribe, absolutely free. So, Vice President Kamala Harris is bleeding union voters. Now, I believe that's the reason that President Joe Biden won't use the Taft-Harvey Act to force the port workers to go back to work, as he did with the rail workers, while they continue to negotiate a deal. No, he's letting them strike in what could be absolutely devastating for you and your family, for the American economy, for all of us, right? Could be absolutely devastating. But really what he wants is that union vote. And so what if it devastates everybody else, right? Because if he steps in and forces them to go back to work, that's going to infuriate. It's going to make union workers furious. And then the vote she's already bleeding, it's going to bleed even more. In fact, that's the disastrous news she just got. It's the worst performance in a generation among union voters that she's having right now. And that's from CNN's Harry Enton. I want you to watch this video and let me know what you think in the comments.
Sometimes there are data points that just jump off the screen, should set off sirens. All right, this is union households, this is Democratic margin in presidential election. It ain't what it used to be. You know, you go back to 1992, Bill Clinton won that union vote by 30 points. Hillary Clinton only won it by 12 points back in 2016. That was the lowest mark for a Democrat since 1984, Mondale versus Reagan. But look at where Kamala Harris is today. She's only leading by 9 points. That would be the worst Democratic performance in a generation. 10 points off the mark of Joe Biden, who of course won 4 years ago, was sort of that union guy, Union Joe, right? Won it by 19 points. She's 10 points off his mark, and the worst in a generation, if this, in fact, holds, Sarah.
It is interesting to note that the difference between this, and Biden still won.
Still won.
But those numbers are significantly down. All right, talk to me about manual labor, those folks who went to trade schools.
Yeah, those folks who use their hands. I think a lot of people oftentimes conflate the union vote with those who use their hands. Mike Rowe, of course, has been arguing more people should go to trade schools, more people should get a vocational degree. Look at this margin. This, to me, oh boy, does this tell you about the state of our politics now versus back in the early 1990s. Margin among vocational and trade school grads in pre-election polling. Bill Clinton was leading that vote over George H.W. Bush by 7 points. Look at where Donald Trump is today over Kamala Harris, a 31-point advantage. When I think people think of the working class, they think of people who use their hands. And we know that Donald Trump has been going after that vote, and he is in a very strong position, more so perhaps than any other bloc. The folks who go to trade school, vocational school, that has moved from being a core Democratic group to now being a core group of Donald Trump's massive amount of support among the working class.